What's going on, YouTube fam? Today I want to give you guys a quick look at the Jordan 1 Bred 85s. Before I get into the video, go over the kicks. If this is your first time stumbling across one of my videos or just my channel in general, welcome. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for kicking it with me. But listen, while I have you here, do me a huge favor. Hit the subscribe button, click that notification bell. That way when I upload new material, post new content, you get notified. Head to the channel, check out what I uploaded. If you're on social media, Instagram, X, Twitter, whatever we call it these days, really any of the social media platforms, and you enjoy photos of sneakers, outfit ideas with sneakers, anything related to kicks, honestly, give me a follow. You can find me. I am at iAMTMCII. And lastly, while you're watching the video or afterward when it's over and you enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up. That really goes a long way. It's an indicator to me. Let me know that you enjoy my content, and it just makes me want to keep recording videos whenever I have new pickups. So now that that intro is out of the way, let's dive into the review really quick. So like I mentioned, these are the Bred ones, and this is the 85s. So there has been a lot of talk, a lot of controversy, just a lot of conversations in general going on about this shoe. You know, a lot of people have been saying Jordan 1s are dead, retros are dead, the sneaker game is dead, or whatever. I'm not sure if Nike and Jordan brand pays attention to that stuff, but they released this shoe. It's this OG colorway in a very limited amount in only so many stores across the US and basically the globe, really. I only think like maybe 23 stores in the US got these. The amount of pairs, that's kind of up for debate, and I'll talk about that a little bit more later on in the video. But how I got my pair, and I'll put a little snippet up right here to show you guys. So I actually got an invitation. I was invited out to the experience. The Super Bowl was in New Orleans, and Jordan brand took over a couple spots. I was able to reserve my pair. When I signed up to reserve my pair, talking to one of the Jordan brand stores, they actually offered me if I wanted to double up on the shoe. So I was actually able to get 2 pairs of these. So that's what I meant about the amount of these. And I'm not sure if it's because Jordan brand was in New Orleans and they may have had like a ton of pairs, but they did like 3 days of reservations and signups, and pretty much anybody who signed up for the reservation was able to get a pair in multiple pairs. So I'm not sure if they just had a lot of pairs in New Orleans, but I know they had a ton in the city. So how it all went, you know, you basically you showed up to the event and you got the red carpet treatment, champagne, photos, videos, screens with MJ, a picture of, not an actual picture, like the old pair of 85s. They took you upstairs and you got a personal shopper, offered you champagne, wine, water, sparkling water. It was the complete red carpet VIP rollout for these shoes. They allowed you to try the shoes on, ask if you wanted different sizes. I don't know, you just really felt like a VIP with this experience, and maybe that's why it got a hefty price tag of $250 to kind of pay for some of the rollout all the different stores were doing. But I think they did a phenomenal job with how they did this. Now, I don't agree with them making it super limited, but you know, Nike's story is they retooled this shoe to be as close as possible to the actual 85 release. So for those who don't know, the Jordan 1s, they released that when they first came out, they were made at like, I want to think it's like 5 different factories overseas. So all the 85s don't look exactly alike, but the one that they kind of reverse engineered, took apart, copied, mimicked, that's the pair that they tried to make as close as possible to the 85. Now, there's still some stuff that's a little bit different looking at some people who have OG 85s. But they're saying that this shoe is as close as we're going to get to the actual OG specs and engineered and designed from back then. So I guess that the material, the rollout is why we have that hefty price tag of $250 for these. Video wise, what I'm gonna go over the materials, show you guys the shoes. I'll talk about quality control for a little bit, and then at the end, I'm gonna take them off here, lace them up, put them on feet, and I'll go over size and then comfort. So y'all just stick around and I got you guys covered. All right, So jump into the material of the shoes. You definitely get a better grain of leather on here. It has that stiff feel, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's cheap or anything or synthetic. The leather on here is just like a luxury high-end shoe. Like if you have some luxury sneakers, you know that the leather can be like really, really thick. And you can see like the actual cut of the leather, like how thick this is, just compared to a regular pair of Jordan 1s. It is have a little softness to it, and that, like I said, that doesn't necessarily mean that the leather is good, cheap, or bad. It has a nice feel to it, and just the overall thickness. You can see how thick the cuts are in here. So they use some really thick premium leather on this Jordan 1. Overall, the leather, it seems like a really, really, really good high-end grain. I think these are gonna break in really good. They're gonna crease up real bad, but I don't care about that. I know a lot of people don't like creases. I don't know why. It's 2025. You shouldn't worry about that. You should wear your shoes. And just like the OGs, you can tell, like looking at the leathers of the swoosh. The swoosh is a different leather than here. So this look like this is more of a synthetic. This doesn't look like the same leather on the rest of the shoe. Then you have your Jumpman logo on here. Not Jumpman, your Wings logo on here, the kind of embossed. And the overall shape, so like with the 85s, it have that shape where this just kind of goes straight up. Like some of your retros, this part would like kind of slant towards here, but with the 85s, they've been trying to make it as true as possible to the shape. So this goes straight up, and even like the heel back here, it kind of slants and goes in. So this is the first one that have where the heel slants in and this part goes straight up. The other 85s are just gonna all go straight down. I'm gonna do a comparison too of another pair of 85s I have compared to these. So just coming back to more of the leather, showing you guys that you got a nice big oversized swoosh coming to the back. The heel collar right here is not as big as it is on some of your retros. It's a typical Jordan 1 to an extent, but it just have that true 85 treatment to it. You get an extra set of laces. I'll show you guys that in a second. Coming up to the tongue. This is your tongue, the laces, even the type of laces that they use. It's a different type of lace. You can really see like a lot of the patterns in the laces. So you even have a different lace that they went with. Coming to the insole, you have the size. This XC, that's the factory. I want to say that's one of the factories in China, maybe. This you can see this on any of your tags in the shoes. Usually the little numbers in the back kind of let you know what factory the shoe is made. So you have that. You have the size. Coming to the insole, you got a white insole with the red Nike Air. Even if you pull the insole out, there's like a Chinese writing on the inside, and that's all of that is kind of to mimic the exact way that the 85 was, 84, 85 when they were building it, designing it. So they really tried to get as close as possible to the original spec and design of the shoe. Showing you guys the midsole and the outsole of these. So it's kind of almost typical of your regular Jordan 1. So this is your outsole. So this is pretty much it as far as the kicks go. Quality control, the QC's not the best. It's not horrible, but I did have like little glue marks on here. So if you can see this a little bit with the light, little stains, some loose stitching. One of the pairs had I had like a little glue mark, but I peeled it off before I did the video. Just some loose threads and just a little glue marks. It's not horrible, but for $250, I wish they would have kind of did a little bit better job with the QC. Even like right here, I have some glue on here that I'm gonna have to rub off and peel off. But all in all, the quality control is okay. I don't expect much from Jordan brand when it comes to QC or Nike at this point. It is what it is. It's not horrible, but it is okay. See like a little loose thread right here. So all in all, once they're on feet, you won't be able to see some of the stuff that I'm noticing. Like you can see the glue right here where the midsole and the upper meets each other. So just little QC things that I wish they would have did a better job and cleaned up for the hefty price tag, but it is what it is. So that is my thoughts on QC. I'm gonna show you guys the box now. So you do just like any 85s, you get the little hang tag with the Jumpman on here. You guys can pause your video if you want and read this if you want to. So just like the other 85s, just kind of all of the specs, some of the descriptions of the making of the shoe. So that's that. Pause the video, read that if you want. Extra laces if you want to put the red in. They came factory started with the black and the red in here, but I popped these out, put the black in. I was able to double up in these, so I might put the red in my other pair and just have the black in these, so I just don't have to keep swapping laces. So that's that. I'll show you guys the label. So here is your label with your product code, your color breakdown, QR code here. Open up your camera on your phone, a link will pop up and it'll take you to the regular Nike website. At some point, I think it may do something, but for right now, it just launched the Nike.com website for you. Nothing special in the inside. This is the tissue that was stuffed in the shoes. Tissue wrapped around them. No, nothing special like that. So tissue, stuffing, box, hang tag, laces again. Before I take them off here, do me a huge favor. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. If you were successful, if you cop these, going for them, paying resale, just your thought of the whole rollout. I'm curious to see what you guys think. I usually reply when y'all leave me comments. So let's chop it up in the comment section, but I'm gonna take them off here now. We're gonna lace them up, toss them on feet. Y'all hang tight. All right, guys, here's a quick on feet look at the 85 Bred ones. Just wanna show y'all what they look like really quick on feet. First things first is probably sizing. That's usually the most asked question whenever I post pictures or anything like that. You guys want to know, hey, how do they run? What size should I get? So let's jump into that first, and then we'll do comfort. I have kind of a medium to somewhat narrow foot. And for my sneakers, I like my sneakers to fit me exact. Like a sock, kind of like a glove, like that exact fit. I don't like having a lot of room in my shoes. I just never really like that feel. I like a snug fit, especially with all leather shoes. I feel like the more you wear them, they're gonna break in and just gonna start feeling a little bit better on your feet. So if you like a snug and exact fit, now not tight, there's a difference. Tight is your toes are crunched up, balled up, and you are in pain after a while. Not tight, snug. So I like a snug fit. If you like that fit like me, and your feet are narrow or medium width, I think you could go down a half size. If you don't like that, just go true to size and you should be good. If you have a wide foot and you want like a snug fit or exact fit, go true to size, you should be good. If you want some room in the shoe and you have a wide foot, you might want to consider going up a half size, just because these feel like they ran, a little bit narrow than your regular Jordan. And just because of the quality of the leather, it's going to feel snug. So you're going to have to break them in. If you don't want to have that break-in time and you have wide feet, then you might want to consider going up a half size. But if you want to jeopardize and have too much room in the toe, go true to size, but you're going to have to wear them and break that leather in because, like I said, they're squeezing the side of your feet. When it comes to comfort, these feel a little bit more comfortable than a regular traditional Jordan 1. I'm not sure if it's the insole or if they did something with the air in the inside or the quality of the leather, but they feel a little bit more comfortable than a regular traditional Jordan 1. Now, it's still a really flat shoe. Still feel a lot of the ground. Compared to today's technology, it's dated, but it's definitely a one that I feel like you could casually and comfortably rock all day and not be in any pain or discomfort. So that's just my 2 cents on sizing and comfort. Like I mentioned earlier, subscribe, hit the notification bell. But I'm gonna wrap the video up here. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.